Okay, we're in Psalms, the 77th chapter, and verse 10, it says, "And I said," King David is saying this is my infirmity, but I will remember the years of the right hand of the Most High, who is a Mashiach Yahushai, as the angel of the Most High, or the Spirit of the Most High, that David said in Psalms 110 and 1, the Most High said unto my power, sit thee on my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. That's where he's on the right hand side of the Most High, waiting for the Most High to say, rise, Mashiach Yahushai. The Most High got to rise. That's why you see him all the time saying, arise, but crumb, Most High. He going to tell him Mashiach Yahushai, crumb Mashiach Yahushai. Then we going to rise, as we just read. Saints going to take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever under the power of the Most High, through a Mashiach Yahushai. He come to judge and make war. So, David's acknowledging the years of the right hand of the Most High. He said, I will remember the works of the Most High. Surely I will remember thy wonders of old. I will meditate, he said, also on all thy work and talk of thy doings. See that? He's talking about the Most High, the things that he's done. That's in his conversation. Is it in your conversation? Or is it boring for you to hear about the works of the Most High? Or just talking about him? His name is jealous. So most people want to talk about themselves, their situation, whatever it is that happening in their life, more so than talk about the Most High. Hear what David said? I will remember the works of the Most High. Surely I will remember thy wonders of old. I will meditate also on all thy work and talk of thy doings, things that the Most High done done. That's written in the scriptures. Thy way, O Most High, is in the sanctuary. Who is so great a power as our power? Answer that question. Who is so great a power as our power? The power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob, and Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, if thou can say. When he tell you all the gods, all the powers of the nations are idols. Thou art the power that doeth wonders. Thou hast declared thy strength among the people. Thou hast with thine arm redeemed thy people, the sons of Jacob and Joseph, meaning the southern tribes and the northern tribes, all 12 tribes. The waters saw thee, O Most High. The waters saw thee. They were afraid, yeah? The depths also were troubled. The sea was troubled. Large as the sea is, we can't even go to the bottom of the sea, get near there. But it's afraid of the Most High. So you think you ain't got to fear the Most High? The clouds poured out water. The sky sent out a sound. Thine arrows also went abroad. The voice of thy thunder was in the heaven. Hear that? The voice of thunder is the Most High's voice. The voice of thy thunder, of your thunder, was in the heaven. The lightnings lighted the world. The earth trembled and shook. I remember I was sitting here and I said, I was talking to the class, and I said, oh, the Most High ain't came out here in California and showed out in a long time. And I got up. I was going to get up to pray. I got up. I took about no more than 3 steps, and the Most High thundered, and an earthquake came. And most people out here, you ask them how many times have they heard loud thunder when the earth is shaking? That don't happen. He thundered, and an earthquake happened. That's a miracle. But he still showed up and showed out. So yeah, you think I can't show up and show out? It was shaking, bro. It was shaking. But it was thunder. You brothers and sisters back east, you know what I'm talking about. We won't get no thunder out here. Matter of fact, it thundered the other day, more so than I pretty much ever heard it thunder. He was talking the other day from like 3 in the morning all the way to about 12 in the afternoon. thundering and thundering and thundering. We don't hardly get it like that out here. It's not like that. Hardly ever rains. Really, that's more than thunder and lightning. But he thundered loud and was shaking the earth. That's a miracle. All praise to the Most High. About some of myself outside. I was online getting ready to go to pray, but I couldn't go. I was shaking. Praise to the Most High. Give it all praise and glory to His holy name. Just like I tell you when you read Revelation 3:14, it says, "Thus say the Amen, the faithful and true witness, the beginning of the creation of the Most High." And I ask people, is that Mashiach Yahushua? Is that your Jesus Christ? It's in red. Well, y'all think the Bible would have been tampered with? Yeah, they put it there. So that's the beginning of the creation of the Most High? That name? No. All you got to put Ra on the end, that's Egyptian idol. All the gods of the nations are idols. Learn not to wear the heathen, so they put that in there. They inserted that in there. And another miracle. It was scary though. I was at the end of my prayer getting ready to say what most of y'all say, A-M-E-N. In the Hebrew we say A-H-M-A-N. And I got ready to say it, and my voice was cut off. I couldn't speak. And those online had to hear the silence because I couldn't say nothing. My voice was gone. That was scary. I was thinking about am I ever going to be able to talk again? But I couldn't say anything out. Just like that. And I recognized, the error of my way. But we slip. We not, we try to do the best we can, but I know not to slip anymore. As fervent as I'm looking at him showing me that, then I got to operate in what it is that he's showing me. Because I ask people to read that, and they read it. They don't see that that's his name that y'all giving homage to at the end of a prayer. Can I get a homage to him? That Egyptian god, like the Lord. I gotta bring it because he showed me certain things. I asked for the mysteries that's been hidden in the Most High from the beginning of the world. And if we don't, it's about change. So look at what BAAL means. I gotta put it in your face a lot. You see what it means? Lord. Lord. And they put it in there, the elite, the ones that published the Bible, like I told you, showing you things that was inserted. And you don't just take the time to listen to yourself, especially that are dealing with all these different secular religions, when you say, in the name of Jesus Christ, A-M-E-N. Is that his name? Is that his name? Because I had a brother read it, he said, that must be his name. Can't be his name. That was inserted. And these words are inserted every time you look around. In Hebrew, we know Elohim, Most High of Mashiach Yahushua. As an angel of the Most High or an angel of the Most High, Spirit of the Most High. Gabriel came to Joseph and Mary, right? Came to Zachariah and Elizabeth, John the Baptist, dad and mother. Uriel came to Ezra. These are angels. Raphael, angel of healing, came to Tobit. You see? Michael, fought for the body of Moses against Satan. Archangel of war. I mean, this is what we're looking at. These angels, these spirits that's coming to us, revealing certain things to us in these last days, coming from the Most High. That's why, back to talking about the Most High. Verse 17, Psalm 77. The clouds poured out water. The sky sent out a sound. Thine arrows also went abroad. The voice of thy thunder was in the heaven. The lightnings lighted the world. The earth trembled and shook. Thy way is in the sea, and thy path in the great waters, and thy footsteps are not known. Thou leadest thy people like a flock by the hand of Moses and Aaron. You see? Giving all praise and glory to the Most High. He got to be glorified. You got to talk about him, though. How you going to be about him and you ain't talking about him? Go to Romans. Just food for thoughts, because go to Romans 11. And 1, excuse me. So I say then, Romans 11 and 1. I say then, this Paul, who a lot of y'all believe in. A lot of y'all believe in Paul more than you believe in Mashiach Yahushua, your anointed Savior, who you call Jesus Christ. You don't understand this writing, though. He said, I say then, have the Most High cast away his people? Most High forbid. Case closed. What's the lesson? What the Israelites done away with? What Paul say? I say then, have the Most High cast away his people? The 12 tribes of Israel? He said, Most High forbid. For I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. What he say? The Most High has not cast away his people. There it is. Which he foreknew, meaning of the Old Testament. We don't die, we multiply. What ye not what the scripture said of Elijah? How he maketh intercession to the Most High against Israel, saying, talking against the wicked Israelites of the Old Testament, the old scrolls, as we read them, what did he say? Most High, they have killed thy prophets. But if you keep on saying what it is that's there, could you put B-A-A-L there instead of L-O-R-D? What's the difference? I just showed you that's what B-A-A-L is. This is what it said. Keep that in mind. Because that's what they put there. And most of the people don't realize that's what that's representing. But listen to what it says. Most High, verse 3. They have killed thy prophets, wicked Israelites, killed the prophets, and digged down thine altars, took away the priesthood, to bring forth the law of the Most High. Sound familiar? Like they're telling you now, you're not under the law of the Most High. They're killing the prophets in their own way of telling the people that they don't have to listen to we Hebrew Israelites that's bringing forth the understanding of this Bible. Most High, they have killed thy prophets and digged down thine altars, and I am left alone. And they seek my life. That's what Elijah's saying. Hey, they done killed the prophets, took away the priesthood, and teaching our people the laws that are of the Most High, that he wrote with his finger, the work of the Most High. Elijah said, I'm left alone, Most High. Ain't nobody else left. This is what the Most High said. But what said the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men, listen at this closely, who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Or what? Lord. You just read it. So when you look at how they have us saying that word, You see what they put here? They put Lord and they put God, which is what spelled backwards. Dog spelled backwards. We call them dogs. So they took the word dog, spelled it backwards, and came up with God. So regardless of how you look at it, it's still representing them. When you understand the sorcery, the witchcraft that they have on this world through their power with Satan that they have bowed down and worshiped, since he showed them Shai, the anointed Savior, all the kingdoms of the world, and say all could be thine if you bow down and worship me. That's why they operating in sorcery. Look, go to, I can't do it enough. Revelation 18 and 23. The last part says, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. That's witchcraft. They don't want you to know this. That's why when you look at Revelation 12 and 9, and this great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. How? How are we deceiving the whole world? Revelation 18 and 23. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. See? So they rolling with witchcraft. And either you are caught up in the witchcraft, the sorcery, as it says, were all nations deceived by their witchcraft, their sorcery, or you realize that you have the power with the Most High, that they cannot be with you. Look, understand this. This is not an easy task to really overcome, because it's strong. And it's their last stance. The devil know he got a short time, comes out with much wrath. That's why, look, even with the Mashiach Yahushua, the only begotten Son of the Most High, that's why we have to look at this is written for us. And he said, the things I do, let me just show you what he said, so you'll know how through the Spirit of the Most High, he's given us this spiritual power. Go to John 14th chapter. And verse 12. He said, verily, verily, truly, truly, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, you believe on him, the works that I do shall he do also. Right? He said, and greater works than these that he done shall he do, because I go unto my Father. So he's telling you going to his Father, and when he go to the Father, he said, verse 18, I will not leave you comfortless, I will come to you. Right? So he know what's going on. You think the Most High don't know what's going on? So that's why he said we're going to do the things he done, even greater things than he done when he's on the earth. Because he's in us, the Most High is in us, as we keep his commandments, he going to be in us to bring forth these mysteries and the things that's going to be miraculous happening, which is spiritual, because he is a spirit, beyond the average person's imagination, because they dealing with the sorcery, they dealing with witchcraft, and we dealing with combat and all that. That's why, look. So I had to get a Mashiach up out of here. This is what you dealing with. What kingdom was he in? He was in the Roman kingdom. That's why he said, look, Wisdom of Solomon, the 4th chapter, verse 10, in the Apocrypha, he pleased the Most High. This is a Mashiach in the Old Testament, prophesying of him. When he would come on this earth, he pleased the Most High and was beloved of him. So that living among sinners, those that broke the laws of the Most High, transgressed the laws of the Most High, he was translated. Yes, speedily was he taken away, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul. Hear that? Wickedness of the world, what world was he in? The Roman world. He said he had to get him away. Speedily was he taken away. He had to get out of here. 33 years old. Lest that wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul. Listen what it says. For the bewitching of naughtiness. There go your sorcery right there. There go your witchcraft right there. For the bewitching of naughtiness does obscure things that are honest. Who is more honest than him? And the wandering of concupiscences does undermine the simple mind. That's why you say, how long you simple? How long was you simple when you love simplicity, man? He being made perfect in a short time, 33 years old, fulfilled a long time. That's why we're reading about him now. But his spirit pleased the Most High. Therefore hastened he to take him away from among the wicked. See? So that's how they rolling. With witchcraft, sorcery, and so forth. That's why a lot of things you read it and you see it and you might not understand it, because most haven't opened up your mind to see it. It's very important, though, that we come out of this darkness, gross darkness, I might say, into the marvelous light of the Most High before it's too late. That's why I look at Romans 11. Start at verse 7. You say, what then? Romans 11:7. Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for. We're seeking for the kingdom. But the election, that's the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel, have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. You see? So we got to deal with this sorcery, this witchcraft that the elite are dealing with, and the demons in high places are dealing with against us. And we got to deal with the fact that some of our people that are not of the elect are blinded. I don't care what position they have. They still blind to see certain things as the mysteries of the Most High that's been hid from the king from the beginning of the time. It's been hid in the Most High. You see? According as it is written. So it's written. The Most High have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear until this day. You see? That's why everybody's not going to understand this. It might sound like whack, 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 whack. Oh, I heard that already. Whack, whack, whack. But you spiritually, over your head. Because the Most High, according as it is written, the Most High have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear until this day. And David, who we've been reading about, said, let their table be made a snare, and a trap, and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them. Let their eyes be darkened. Talking about us, we the children of Israel. Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back always. That's what he said. So, just not for everybody. And for you that think, oh, you're going to run to Jesus if you want to, he gave you something to think about and operate in. If you want to run to him, look what he said. Mark the 4th chapter, the 9th verse. He done said some fell about a wayside parable, riddles. Some fell among thorns, some fell among stony grounds, some fell among good ground. This is what he said. So some of you might hear this, and you might not understand, but you don't ask no question because your pride won't allow you to realize that you are in slumber. Your eyes that you cannot see and your ears that you cannot hear. See, that's just a different spirit of people nowadays. When I came into this truth, we had questions. We wanted to know this, that, and third, whatever. We had a lot of questions. How you think everybody that you see out here that's teaching know what they know? Because all those questions was answered. And we were taught Precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. I just didn't deviate from the teaching. You know, the Spirit just added on to the teachings of the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and so forth. To where whatever we do, and you see that was done from the 80s, the Spirit ain't stopped. You remember you just said, I will not leave you comfortless, I will come to you. So the Spirit haven't stopped bringing certain things that we need to know that will make us change, become a new creature, be born again, be filled with the Spirit of the Most High, and become a new man, a new woman. You see? It's all about change. Because what do we know? What did we know? Without going to a book, the Bible, to understand we got next. What book you gonna go to? Show me a book that prophesied the past, the present, and the future like the Bible do. As I go through all these different, or even a walk of life, a way of life, that show us going into captivity after captivity after captivity as a people. That show us what we just read. The saints shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom. How long? Forever, even forever and ever. What book says that? What books give us hope to know that we got to follow the Most High, do what he say, do his rules and regulations to make it to the kingdom that's going to be forever and ever and ever. Who's teaching that? What religion? What philosophy? I know this. I know Mashiach Shai said this. This ain't for everybody. And he's telling you that he don't want everybody to be going to the kingdom to be saved. Right here. Mark 4:9. And he said unto them, he that have ears to hear, let him hear. Got to give props to my brother Imajala. He the one that brought this to my attention. He said, and when he was alone, they that were about him with the 12 asked of him the parable, asked of him the riddle. And he said unto them, unto you, since you want to know what it is that I was talking about when I said some fell by the wayside, some fell among thorns, some fell among stony ground, and some fell among good ground. You have those that want to know more. They desire more. So I guess whatever you have, it should be enough for you to get in the kingdom since you ain't got no questions. I couldn't understand it, but I have to deal with, the spirit that's in these New Age Israelites. It's going to be too late to ask when you can't go to the Bible. You can't go on the internet and find out. You better be knowing. You better be knowing Revelation's the 1st chapter to the 22nd chapter. You better be knowing Daniel's the 1st chapter to the 12th chapter. Because those are mysteries that I don't believe that the Most High, if he wanted everybody to know it, he'd have wrote it so you would know. It's for the elect. This is what he said. And he said unto them, he that have ears to hear, let him hear. And when he was alone, they that were about him with the 12 asked of him the parable. They asked him questions to get understanding of this riddle. Because the Bible is full of parables. Look at Revelation 12 and 1. I mean, I've seen many so-called theologians try and deal with this. They got all kind of, you can do whatever you want to do. And right now with graphics and so forth. Break this down. Revelation 12 and 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. Break that down. Parable. By the time you get to Revelation, you better be knowing all these precepts, everything in between. Mark 4:9. And he said unto them, he that hath ears to hear, let him hear. And when he was alone, they that were about him with the 12 asked of him the parable. And he said unto them, unto you it is given to know the mystery. That's a secret. That's something that's unknown of the kingdom of the Most High. Hear that? Because they asked the question. They wanted to know more. If you don't desire to know more, then why should he allow you to come into the kingdom when it's a secret? Mystery is something that's unknown. Secret. The mystery of the kingdom of the Most High. You gotta hear this. This is Mashiach telling you that the kingdom of the Most High is a mystery. A secret. This is what he said. He gonna prove it. He said, but unto them that are without, those that are without, that don't care to know, all these things are done in parables. That's why even though you break it down to them, it still sounds like a riddle, a parable. A lot of you say, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. But they don't know what they're talking about. Hebrew Israelites, listen to me. Like you hear these pastors saying, don't listen to us, listen to them. And they not dealing with the law. They say, you got to follow the law. We ain't under the law. And all those people, Mashiach said, going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 5:19. He tells you that. You're going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. Every last one of y'all that say, I ain't got to follow the Most High. Those are his laws, written by the finger of the Most High. The work of the Most High. That's real simple. But listen to what he said. And he said unto them, unto you is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of the Most High, but unto them that are without, without what? The kingdom, all these things are done in parables. So you got to look at it. I look at it, but what it says pertaining to what's written and how people react now compared to 30 years ago, how they react now, it's like, man, who really cares? I guess you already got whatever you need to make it to the kingdom. But to them that are without, all these things are done in parables, that seeing they may see and not perceive. So we'll break down Revelation 12:1. That's a parable. That seeing they may see and not perceive. You seen the words if you went there with me. That seeing they may see and not perceive. And hearing, they got ears to hear. They may hear and not understand. Listen to what he said. Lest at any time they should be converted and their sins should be forgiven them. Hear that? Any time in your life, he's saying you could be converted, become a new man, a new woman, like I'm saying, born again, a new creature, rolling with the Spirit of the Most High. Least at any time, he's saying at any time in your life, they should be converted, changed, and their sins should be forgiven them. So if your sins not forgiven you, where do you think you're going? Right here. Because your sins not forgiven you, your name not going to be written in the book of life. Would you agree? That's why all praise the Most High. Revelation 20:15, it says, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life, because your sins not forgiven you, was cast into the lake of fire. Straight up. So he's telling you. That's why we got opportunity right now, while we're in these fleshly bodies, to get it right. To get it right. Because once you leave these bodies, and the Most High put a spiritual body that he have for every last one of us, then it's the judgment. Look at Lamentations, the 3rd chapter. verse 1. And it says, I am the man. This is Jeremiah. Book of Lamentations, Jeremiah writings. He said, I am the man that have seen affliction by the rod of his wrath. So it's like, this ain't no easy task. Never was. You know what Elijah was saying? Hey, they done killed all the prophets. I'm the only one left. Most I say you got 7,000 men that have not bowed the knee to Lord that they put in the Bible, so you always call on Baal. But that might go over your head. Because they know. When you read this in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, it says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgment. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from the Most High. And give scriptures to back it up. But see, if you don't believe that, then you're going to fall right with those that are, because there's going to be a remnant of them, remnant of all nations, period. And hopefully you want to be a remnant of the nations that go into the kingdom. If not, then hey, you're going to perish. Because you ain't going to want to serve a Mashiach Yahushua. You ain't going to want to serve the 12 tribes of Israel. 1/3, mind you. And you're going to perish as it's written. Isaiah 16:12 says that. That's why I say, I am the man that have seen affliction. He's in captivity by the rod of his wrath. See, remember the righteous and the wicked went into captivity, slavery, and bondage? He kicked us out the land from the south to the north. So all of us have been in captivity. You've been in the flesh in this earth. As Israelites said, hey, he have led me and brought me into darkness, but not into light. See? That's what the Most High told, for us, he told Esau to get thee in the darkness. Shut up, be silent, shut up, and get thee in the darkness. And when he went into darkness, he put the people in gross darkness, gross ignorance. That's why we destroyed for lack of knowledge, because we've forgotten the law. Hosea 4:6. Just like they telling you not under the law, that's why we destroy for lack of knowledge, because you can't get this knowledge if you saying that you're not under the Most High. You're not under the Most High. If you don't want to deal with this law, you ain't dealing with him. Look what Jeremiah said in verse 3. Surely against me is he turned. He turneth his hand against me all the day. He said, my flesh and my skin hath he made old. He hath broken my bones. He hath builded against me and compassed me with gall and travail. This ain't no easy task to be dealing in this truth. You're going to go through something you're going to be proven. Look what he said. He hath set me in dark places, as they that be dead of old. He feeling this, why his lamentation is he crying out. That's what he say. He hath hedged me about that I cannot get out. So he put a hedge around me. I can't even get out of this situation. He hath made my chain heavy. Captivity. Say he made this chain heavy. Can you imagine you have a regular shackles, and they come and put heavy shackles on you. Listen to what he said. Also, when I cry and shout, this is deep here. He said, also when I cry and shout, he shutteth out my prayer. When he crying and shouting to the Most High, the only time he had pity on us when we cried to him, he said, hey, he shutted out your prayer. Other words, he don't even hear us. Look at verse 12, what he said. He had bent his bow, like a bow and arrow. He had bent his bow and set me at a mark for the arrow. You hear that? He bent his bow and set the arrow in the bow and shot it. It said it shot it right at him. Y'all ready for this? He hath caused the arrows of his quiver to enter into my reins. I was a derision to all my people, and their song all the day. Go to Lamentations 2. Let's look at verse 20. Behold, O Most High, and consider to whom thou hast done this. Shall the women eat their fruit? Shall the women eat their own babies? And the children of a span long, young children? Shall the women eat them, he said? Shall the priest and the prophet be slain in the sanctuary of the Most High? Shall they kill the priest and the prophet in the sanctuary? The young and the old lie on the ground in the streets, flat lying. The young and the old lie on the ground in the streets. My virgins and my young men are fallen by the sword. Thou hast slain them in the day of thine anger. Because we didn't want to keep his laws, the same thing that y'all talking about right today. While you look at what's being slain, because he know we are rebellious, hard-hearted, stiff-necked people. The young and the old lie on the ground in the streets. My virgins and my young men are fallen by the sword. Modern day sword is what? Guns. Thou hast slain them in the day of thine anger. Thou hast killed and not pitied. Hear that? That's how it feels when you see people being put to death. You can look at social media and we've seen this. They just running away and be shot down dead. They don't have a weapon. Be shot down dead. The Most High is the one that killed and maketh alive. Thou hast slain them in the day of thine anger. Thou hast killed and not pitied. This is what it say. Thou hast called as in a solemn day my terrors round about. So that in the day of the Most High's anger, none escaped, nor remained. Those that I have swallowed and brought up have mine enemy consumed. From a baby, bringing up your babies, and here the enemies done killed them. Mine enemy consumed. Because we ain't want to do what he say do. All this, as you hearing it, he say, follow my commandments, I'm going to bless you to be above all nations. If you don't, you're going to have to pay the price. This ain't nothing new. Go to Psalms 94 and 14. We're looking at what the Israelites done away with. Like they say, you can be a spiritual Israelite. Can you be a spiritual any nation that you name right now? But look at Psalms 94 and 14. For the Most High will not cast off his people. Hear that? That's the answer. Had the Most High done away with his people? Will the Most High cast away his people forever? Psalms 94:14. For the Most High will not cast off his people, neither will he forsake his inheritance. Whose inheritance? Deuteronomy 32 and 9. Deuteronomy 32 and 9. For the Most High's portion is his people. Jacob is a lot of his inheritance. See? Abraham, the Isaac, the Jacob. And Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. So when we see Jacob, we're talking about the 12 tribes of Israel. Jacob is a lot of his inheritance. What he say? Psalm 94 and 14. For the Most High will not cast off his people, neither will he forsake his inheritance. His inheritance is the 12 tribes of Israel. Verse 12. Blessed is the man whom thou chastenest. Blessed is the man who the Most High chastens. So he loves, he chastens. So one way or another, you ain't going to escape the chastisement of the Most High. If he loves you, he going to chastise you. He going to get you if you wicked. In breaking his laws, statutes, commandments. Blessed is the man whom thou chastenest, O Most High, and teaches him out of thy law. That thy is your law. So this is the Most High's law. That's why I say you tell the Most High, I'm not dealing with you. I don't have to deal with you. You're going to follow man, the way of the heathen, whose gods or powers are all idols. That's what you're dealing with. Blessed is the man whom thou chastenest, O Most High, and teaches him out of thy law. Teach the Most High's law. You hear that? Thy law, your law, not our law, but the Most High's law, who wrote these laws with his finger, the work of the Most High. That you saying, I ain't got to follow you, because I don't want to. That's what we did over and over again while we went to captivity, slavery, and bondage. And you got the docile, simpletons saying, oh yeah, that's right, we ain't got to. Your name is going to be written in the book of life. You're going to be cast into the lake of fire. That thou mayest give him rest from the days of adversity. Give him rest from the days. We're in the day of evil. We need rest from the days of adversity. The things that they plan on doing. You better look at them guide stones in Georgia. They talking about killing everybody down to 500 million people when you got about 8 billion people on the earth. But y'all don't believe it. Y'all think that's conspiracy, huh? Conspiracy theory. What does it say? That thou mayest give him rest from the days of adversity until the pit be digged for the wicked. You hear that? Most I got a pit that's going to be digged for the wicked. Like they had pits that were built for us to throw our bodies in when they came here and got the land over here. They had big pits. They just dug big holes, not no regular graves, big pits, and just threw our bodies in them. Covered them. Wherever you at, and that's why this place is defiled. Because what do you know that's under you right now? Dead bodies. Like when the Twin Towers came down, they found our bodies at the bottom of the, in the earth. How many graveyards have they just built upon to make sure that they get their profits? Think about it. That's why I say, let's look at 12 and 13 again. Blessed is the man. Remember, you're going to be blessed if you keep the Most High's commandment, to be above all nations of the earth. Blessed is the man whom thou chastest, O Most High, and teaches him out of thy law. Blessed is the man that's being taught by the Most High to be taught the Most High's law. That your law, the Most High's law. That thou mayest give him rest from the days of adversity. You see? Some of us going to receive this rest from the day of adversity. It's not going to come near some of our dwellings. Most High will, it'll be us. Until the pit be what? Be digged for the wicked. Yeah? He got a pit that's going to be dug for the wicked. That's why you better be the righteous. Or you're going to be thrown in that pit, like he just said. The lake of fire. Because your name not going to be written in the book of life. Therefore, you're going to be thrown in the lake of fire. Look at Jeremiah 33. We're looking at where Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, 12 tribes of Israel, done away with. Since they say you could be a spiritual Israelite in these religions and so forth. Jeremiah 33. Let's start at verse 23. Moreover, the word of the Most High came to Jeremiah, saying, consider not what this people has spoken, saying, the two families which the Most High have chosen, he have even cast them off. The two families representing, remember the kingdom was split after King Solomon did what he did and marrying these other strange nations and women and making these idol temples, going in there worshiping. The Most High came to him twice and said, Lee, don't do that, man. I love you. Like he's telling him he loved you. But you still gonna follow the way of the heathen and follow all these different secular, worldly religions, and you think the Most High, you gonna make it into this day of adversity? When Biden said, gonna be food shortage. He said they putting signs of a dang on sign in aisles of stores showing food, but ain't no food on the shelves. Y'all better wake up. It says the two families, that's the northern tribes and the southern tribes, 12 tribes of Israel, which the Most High have chosen. He chose who he chose. 12 tribes of Israel, who we are. He have even cast them off. Well, that's the subject matter. Most High done away with us, cast us off. Thus they have despised my people, that they should be no more a nation before them. See that? They plotted for that. They plotted, that's what these nations plotted to do. There should be no nation before them. That's why y'all talking about we're a group when we're a nation. Y'all talking about we're a community when we're a nation. Look at Psalms 83rd chapter. Hold that. Keep thou not thy silent, O Most High. Hold not thy peace. Verse 1 down. And be not still, O Most High, King David is saying. For lo, thine enemies. So the Most High got enemies. The Mashiach got enemies. The same ones that put him to death. The same ones that's never going to understand and overstand the power of the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, as is written in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 7. That's the way the Most High and the Mashiach, we have not known it. Therefore, they are the enemies. But lo, thine enemies. Most High have enemies. The Mashiach have enemies. And we got enemies that we were sold to. As it is written, but lo, thine enemies make a turmoil. They make an uproar. And they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They don't read this in the church, do they? I ain't seen this. I don't see no preachers bringing this out. He said the Most High got enemies and people hate the Most High. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, who are the